morning. Welcome to December 2, 2024. We are in December, the last month in the year of 2024, and all too soon. My name is Winifred Bebo, your host on the program Inside Nigeria. This is wishing you a happy new month. And on this first segment of the show, we are like we normally do, we review fun headline stories of some selected national newspapers, including Nigeria's most influential newspaper leadership and its sister publication, National Economy, a weekly business newspaper. Like we normally do, we like to flag up with leadership. Let's see what leadership is leading with this Monday. And incidentally, it's a different one altogether. Leadership's award is this time of the year. And of course, we have the picture of the person of the year 2024 on the cover of leadership. And it's no other person than Alhaji Aliko Dangote for his relentless pursuit of innovation and investment that has catalyzed Africa's self-sufficiency, for establishing Dangote Refinery, a state-of-the-art facility poised to revolutionize Africa's economic landscape. For that, Aliko Dangote is leadership's person of the year 2024. Congratulations to him. And of course, if you open the paper, you see there are so many other categories of awards on today's publication. We have the FCT Minister, Barrister Nyesom Wike, for his Quenya Award for Governance and Infrastructure. We have Senator Bala Mohammed, Governor of the Year 2024, talking about the Bauchi State Governor. We also have Alhaji Abbas Kabi Yusuf, Governor of the Year 2024 from Kano State. We have Senator Ademola Jackson Nuruddin Adeleke, the Governor of Osun State. And the last one, Malam Umar Namadi, the Jigawa State Governor. We also have the Governor of Enugu State, Dr. Peter Ndubisi Mba. We have Governor of the Year 2024, Pastor Umo Basi Eno, and the Politician of the Year, Adams Oshomole, Business Person of the Year, Benedict Peters. We have Banker of the Year 2024, our very own GMD CEO of Zenith Bank PLC, Dane Adaura Umeoji. We have Public Service Person of the Year, Alhaji Bashir Adewale Adeniyi, the Controller General of Customs. We have Social Impact Person of the Year 2024, CEO of the Year. CEO of the Year, there are two. So many awards coming out from this table of leadership newspaper this year. Congratulations to the awardees. From leadership, we move to the other papers we have on our lineup, and that is National Economy. National Economy's leading story today says lopsided open skies agreement, $3.96 billion annual earning opportunities, Elude Nigeria. Lopsided open skies agreement, $3.96 billion annual earning opportunities, Elude Nigeria, as foreign airlines make $4 billion yearly from Nigeria's aviation sector. Other stories gracing the cover of National Economy this week: ease of doing business ranking, implications for Nigeria's economy. You'll find out the implications as you move log on to the website. Meanwhile, the story continues on page 12 of the paper. And above the masthead of National Economy, Nigeria intensifies IMOCB, unveils National Marine Policy Blueprint. Federal government secures $500 million deal for irrigation, hydropower in 25 states. With that, we conclude front headline stories review of National Economy this week. For more, log on to the website of National Economy, www.nationaleconomy.com. From National Economy, we move to the next paper, and that is Vanguard. Vanguard is still on Port Harcourt Refinery. It says Port Harcourt Refinery tanker drivers at war over delay in product loading. Only NNPC trucks loading petroleum products, PHCR. You are economical with truth, Nopeng insists. Who patronize all refineries, Mema. We've submitted application, Petruan. We look forward to lifting from Port Harcourt Refinery, Ipman. That's the leading story on Vanguard today. And we look at other stories on Vanguard's cover. page. Nigerians were living fake lives before now, Tinubu says. Nigerians were living fake lives before now. Hardship. Nigerians in urban areas now use firewood, charcoal for cooking. Hardship. Nigerians in urban areas now use firewood, charcoal for cooking. The story runs on page 7 of Vanguard newspaper. And of course, on the picture today, we have the group chairman, United Bank for Africa, UBA PLC, Mr. Tony Elumelu, with the French Minister of Finance, Mr. Antoine Ahmad, signing a landmark business cooperation agreement for the development of UBA's full banking operations in France. And behind them, we have President Bola Tinubu and President Emmanuel Macron during the state visit of President Tinubu to France, held at Elysee Palace, Paris, last Thursday. Underneath that picture story, we have tax reform bills amid rising opposition, state stakeholders prepare positions. And in sports, international friendly, France coach applauds Nnadozie. Minimum wage, Labour to sanction councils that defied directive. And Obasanjo says, I never knew Gowon asked Abacha not to kill me. With that, we move to the stories about the masthead of Vanguard, how Nigeria struggles to raise crude oil production. Investigation. 2024 average condensate output falls 11.6% to 211,401 barrels per day. 2,775 farmer headers crisis resolved in 9 Taraba, Adamawa local government areas, says IMO. Post-Civil War, Gowon telling many lies against Ojukwu, says Honor. With that, we bring to an end the review of front headline stories on the Vanguard newspaper. For more, log on to the website of Vanguard. The Guardian is next on our menu, and it says Labour begins nationwide strike, cites empty promises by governors. Labour begins nationwide strike, cites empty promises by governors. Atiku, Zulum lead northern opposition against tax bills ahead of last debate. Obasanjo says, I never knew Gowon saved me from Abacha. 2027 splinter APC group moves to register with INEC. Government mom as police lecturers begin strike today. Judiciary grabbed, abuse of power, diminish public confidence, AGF says. Name contractors that disappeared with MDA 167 billion naira, Serap tells Tinubu. Groups demand regionalism, parliamentary system, new name for Nigeria. The story runs on page 3 of The Guardian. For more, log on to the website of The Guardian newspaper this Monday. From The Guardian, we move to the next paper we have on our menu, and that is The Punch. The Punch says, tax reform, rest suspend debate indefinitely as northern governors mount pressure. Tax reform, reps suspend debate indefinitely as northern governors mount pressure. 72 lawmakers, Zulum Tambuwa reject bills. APC slams critics as northern group protest. Port Harcourt refinery, low-key operation begins. Marketers oppose 1,030 naira per litre. Swiss cement maker says $1 billion stake in Lafarge. Military retirees plan protest over unpaid entitlements. Brazil-based businessman arrested for alleged cocaine smuggling. How Obasanjo rejected single-term presidency, Olanipekun. Beside the masthead of The Punch, minimum wage strike begins in 5 states, FCT as panel mates. With that, we conclude front headline stories on The Punch. For more, log on to the website of The Punch newspaper. It's on that note we conclude the first half of today's program, Inside Nigeria. Second program, half of the program is coming in shortly with our guest joining us virtual. Don't go away, stay tuned.
Masu kallon mu kar a manta kuna tare ne da shirin Leadership Hausa na Barka da Hantsi Najeriya da muke gabatarwa a ɗakin watsa shirye-shiryenmu na Last Word da ke babban birnin tarayya Abuja. A ci gaba da kasancewa tare da mu.
Yes, you're welcome back to the second half of the program Inside Nigeria on Leadership Television. My name is Winifred Igbobo, once again, your host of the program. And on this second segment of the program, we are going to be looking at some of the headline stories and, of course, some topical issues in the country today. With me to discuss this is our guest, our Monday guest, Dr. Aliu Elias. He is a political economist. He's also public affairs analyst. Good morning, Dr. Aliu.
Good morning and thank you
It's
for
good to
having
have
me.
you on the other side this morning.
Very fine. Thank you for asking.
How are you doing?
Very fine. Thank you. Good morning,
Yes,
Nigeria.
thank you so much. Well, today's a leadership, starting with a leadership. Nigeria's most influential newspaper has a different story on his cover today, talking about leadership awards. It's this time of the year again, whereby leadership board of editors, directors congregate to actually nominate and with careful scrutiny of those that have made headlines this year or this outgoing year. So, Dr. Aliyu, on the cover today, we have the leadership's person of the year 2024, and no other person than Alhaji Aliko Dangote. And leadership says he's been given this award for his relentless pursuit of innovation and investment that has catalyzed Africa's self-sufficiency, for establishing Dangote Refinery, a state-of-the-art facility poised to revolutionize Africa's economic landscape. I just want to have
Right,
your thoughts on that.
right. I think it is well deserved by Dangote, Elijah Aliko Dangote, because he's not only deserving it for in Nigeria, but the whole Africa and the world at large, because it's quite unprecedented to have such a state-of-art facility that he has to process oil to provide PMS. Remember, it's not only petroleum, it's a petrochemical industry. It's quite a large one. So for Nigeria economy, I think it's the highest booster we have so far because it will help us for forex, balance of trade, balance of payment. As you know that we have a lot of people working there. And if you ask him, like he rightly said, that if they tell me to do this type of project again in my life, I will say no. They've actually geared such a feat, and I think he deserves the award.
Okay, apart from thank you so much for your thoughts there. Apart from Alhaji Aliko Dangote as Person of the Year, we also have our own FCT Minister, Nison Wike, as giving award for governance and infrastructure. Of course, a few days ago, it was reported that even at night, construction workers are still on site working to ensure that infrastructures are developed within the FCT. What are your thoughts there?
Right. I think Yezom Wiki has proved people that he's not only a project man, Mr. Project in River State, he's also a project man in Abuja. Every person can testify to the good work of Wiki in Abuja. If you go anywhere, you see that there's a touch of Wiki hands everywhere. And I think it's just starting. If you ask me, if you could see a lot of bridges that he's doing, a lot of road that has been there for so long. It has still it has that magical wand to actually do a lot of things. So for me, I think the right person to choose when you are seeing that. And I'm sure leadership is just taking the lead. A lot of people, a lot of organizations, a lot of media have to queue behind uh, leadership to celebrate some wiki. Beyond all other challenges that he has, maybe from Rivers, but for good work, I think he deserves the award. Right. In fact, I was waiting while you are reading it that won't you mention Governor of Enugu State? Because I've been waiting. Because for me, I think it's one of the yes, Peter Mbah changed governance. You look at his budget is about 1 trillion naira. I think it's over 900 billion. For you for somebody to do that, and the amount is even budgeted uh for capital projects is quite alarming. In fact, education have a lot, in fact, like highest in his budget. So he has done a lot of things that need deserve accolade. He has shown that demeanor. He has shown that uh, trait that yes, I'm a businessman. I come into governance and I want to show the difference. So Peter Mba is my governor anytime, any day. In fact, let's even look at electricity. He's the first governor to make sure that if he starts something in private, in having his own electricity commission and a lot of things going on for him. For me, he's my governor. But I saw governor of Osun State. I saw Abba, and I'm happy most of these governors are first-time governors. So I think it's a good one that we are bringing them up to limelight. So it's good that they are well deserved. And they also mentioned Governor of Akwa Ibom. I think it's also doing well. So these are the things. So for me, I think Governor Mba of Enugu stand out for me compared to any other governors in Nigeria. If you ask me, though, it appears is also coming down gradually. I've listened to a lot of these messages concerning NLC, concerning some issues, and is winning in also in Edo State. I think that's bring him out the more. Remember, it's coming from unionism to governor, from governor to a senator. I think he's distinguishing himself as Senate, a senator of Federal Republic of Nigeria. I think it's a good one because he has all the experience. He was one time also chairman of APC, so we don't expect less from him. He should know how to play his game better. That actually show in Edo State. Even though, according to news, his son is now the commissioner for health. They're saying he doesn't have hand in that. I think it's part of the reward politically. I think there's also always a reward. So kudos to him for what he has been doing, and we hope others will also come out to speak out more.
So much now we're moving away from cheap awards to his sister publication. It says lopsided open skies agreement, 3.96 billion dollars annual earning opportunities, elude Nigeria. As foreign airlines make $4 billion yearly from Nigeria's aviation sector.
Right. If you ask me, I think that needs to be probed. Is it during the Addis Irika or during this present Festus Keyamo administration that we're losing such? Because when I saw the news, I want to know which of the administration actually failed to do the needful, because these are where we're supposed to generate, just like supposed to generate under our blue economy. A lot of money is on the sea. We're also losing a lot of money on the sky. I think it's a bad one, and that would have reduced Festus Keyamo if it is during his time that we are losing, because he's actually doing well. A senior advocate of Nigeria, now a minister of aviation, and he's actually doing well. So I think we need to take advantage of different opportunities, and this is why Western world are different from the Africans. Western world take cognizance and advantage of every opportunities that will bring in more money, that will create employment, that will develop infrastructure, among other things. I think these are the things that we must not lose at all. At all, we must remedy such loss.
All right, thank you so much. Then now, my question is, what are the issues or the factors that are hindering our domestic airlines, talking about our local airlines, from actually gaining that momentum like its foreign counterparts?
Right, right. I think if you ask me, cost of coming into the business is number one, tax is number two, then bureaucratic bottleneck. I learned Governor of Enugu is about to start Enugu Air now. And my first thought was that how is he going to cope in Nigeria? Because most Nigeria airlines are actually not functional as expected. When you are going to Lagos, there's a particular air that takes you 2 hours to come. The investor actually came from abroad. From sources is complaining already that it's not actually lucrative. I think we need to do more. And I must tell you that the issue of forex is a serious problem too. Because when you want to maintain airlines, you maintain it through foreign currency. In fact, most of the staff too are paying through in terms not paying them currency terms of dollars, but you have to pay them global standard because it's a global entity. So I think it's not lucrative because of the challenges and the cost of actually operating it. And most of our routes are not even operational. I think that's another problem.
All right, thank you so much. Moving away from national economy, we move over to some other topical issues or developing story, talking about tax reform. The Punch has it as its main cover today that rest suspend debate indefinitely as northern governors mad pressure. We also had over the weekend the governor of Borno Zulum calling on northern stakeholders to boycott that tax reform, and the National Assembly too that it was against the interest of the North, that were the tax reform bills to save food, that he will not be able to, most of them, northern governors will not be able to pay salary. So what is actually happening? Because from the kicker to the leading story on the Punch, 72 lawmakers, Zulum Tambuwa reject bills, while APC slams critics as northern group protest. The same also goes on this day newspaper today. However, this day captures the story differently. It says that Ohaneze joined Southwest, South South, North Central, and back end Tinubu starts this. What is happening here? Initially, we were told there were reports that the governors were unanimous in their condemnation of the bill. But right now, it seems like they begin to segregate.
Right. I think the issue of we have discussed this over time in this beautiful studio that there is need for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to do more terms of consultation and political approaches. You recall that the bill is four. I think three is nobody complaining about three. Even that one is only one clause that talk about derivation, which is a serious
Mm,
issue. So for me, if you ask me, I think President Bola Ahmed Tinubu can do well to pass other bill and withdraw that one for momentarily to get more consultation about it. I think that will because that bill may rob others, even though they have passed through second reading. These are the points whereby there is need for public hearing. So I also urge those that oppose it to make sure that they come into the public hearing to air their view. But from what the Zulum is actually saying, he's even saying that it's only Lagos and Rivers that will benefit from it. And I will agree with Zulum because most of the headquarters are located in Lagos, Rivers, and including Ogun State. I think those are the three states that are going to benefit from it. So if this is the contention, why not have a atete discussion with these governors, the traditional ruler, make them to see reason why they should and ask them for alternative. Because also on the issue of Zulum and others, I was thinking they will come up with an alternative. Because when I say something is bad, why not come together also and suggest, okay, derivation, if you're going to do derivation, let 10% go to the headquarters and let other be shared. There must be an alternative. You can't just come on air and say they should delay the bill is too in a rush, the bill is not favoring you, the bill is bad, bring an alternative. The northern part, the eastern part, the south, all has professionals. Let them come together and bring a better alternative. You don't just come and say this should step it down. I think there should be an alternative.
yes, and some experts also frown at that word derivation, that it was ambiguous. They actually that the bill does not really specify what kind of derivation is talking about. Perhaps these are issues that President Tinubu and the people that actually came out or churned out that bill should look at.
Right. Well, for me, I think that statement is will I say, I want to agree with them that it's ambiguous. The
Mm,
ambiguity is a problem, but however, it's a basic English sometimes. derivation is another language that you need to see. But for me, we have to come up with derivation and consumption and population. I think that's how they did. Okay, I think population is considered before, whereby states that consume more, we get more. They need, and that's why I said there is need for alternative. When you are condemning anything, please do well to bring alternative, which is very, very key. So I want to challenge the northern state governors, Professor Zulum, this senator that is championing it, all of them should come up with an alternative.
All right, thank you so much. Now, lastly, before we go, hello. I read the
I
report
can hear
that
you.
the Central Bank of Nigeria, Nigeria's Apex Bank, is said to retire about 1,000 staff, and this in addition to
What?
the 17 sacked directors earlier this year.
Well, apparently, I'm seeing it happen, but I think I would like him to justify why he's actually doing it. Is it because of their inability to perform very well? Is it because of their age? Because they are civil servants and they are expected to do their work for at least 35 years or age caught up
Mm,
with them. So, what is
yes,
the basic reason? Are we starting to actually regionalize this? On what basis? Is it that one region is more than the other? There must be a reason to justify it. I saw that it earmarked about 50 billion for them, and I could see
yes,
in one newspaper, one of them said, "How can you
yes.
say you give me like 94 million naira
Mm,
to sack
for
me?"
4 years,
There
and I
must
has
be
worked
an
for 4 years.
analysis. How many years have they actually used in service, and it should justify why you want to sack about 1,000 staff from CBN. In fact, how many staff does CBN has at this level of numbers are to be sacked?
And there seems to be no intervention from any quarter.
Well, I think
Since
before
the
you will
sack,
bring about such, they must have discussed with the presidency and a whole lot of them before you will come out with such statements. Perhaps maybe he has gotten the president nod, but it's the wrong signal, and we have to be careful on issue of federal character. Because if you are doing it to kill people away, or you think those who are not professional enough, in civil service, it's even easy for you. When you think these set of people that are working in your headquarters, they are not performing well, why not transfer them to other states? There's a lot of regional office. Then you bring people in between that I think can serve you well to serve you. Perhaps maybe when you leave, other CBN governor can also fight them worthy to bring them. I think that's how it should operate.
all right, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure having you on the program, though you're on the other side, especially Elias. Thank you so much for your
Thank you for
contribution
having
today
me.
and showing light on some
Thank
of
you
the
for having me.
trending issues on some of our papers today. Well, we have so on this note, we've come to the end of today's Inside Nigeria, your breakfast show on leadership television. My name is Winifred Global, and of course, just thank you for the hosting you on this first episode of the program in this month of December. Don't forget to join us same time, same station for another fresh edition of the program. Thanks for joining.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio.